Hello, how are you doing today? And welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about the truth about pay yourself first. Most people are broke and simply recycling debt. This is an interesting title with Anton. I mean, there's well, a lot of things I don't believe what he says, but there's just a few, like about 5% what he says. And, my opinion about Anton is kind of don't take him seriously. But looking at this video, I was curious to see if he's going to make some good points about what is really about paying yourself first. And maybe here was his definition of what is paying yourself first, because everyone has their own definition. But I paid to the financial terms, like pay yourself first is actually pay yourself from your savings and 10% to your investments and savings and all that. That's what I consider pay yourself first. So we need to really see what he means by this, because sometimes he says some outlandish stuff that doesn't make sense. But we're going to get to the video and watch that.
Smooth Artist says, advice I would give to my brother is always pay yourself first before you pay anyone else's. This includes bills, clothes, entertainment, etc. Well, let me give you a little bit of insight on paying yourself first. So thank you for the super chat, first of all. But paying yourself first doesn't mean it in the way that everybody tries to translate it. Paying yourself first means that you adjust for everything else after you account for what makes the most sense for you long term. So
no, it is not. It's what you pay to yourself first. 10%, 20%, 30% when you first get paid. Come on now, stop this. You're not even doing this either, but that's what it really means.
So paying yourself first can be investing in yourself. Paying yourself first can make sure that you updating your portfolio and making sure that your brokerage account is funded with this amount, right? Paying yourself first could mean you paying off debt. Paying yourself first could mean that you out here making sure that you educated and that you're reducing.
That's called investing in yourself. That's not called paying yourself first. That's two completely different things. Because at the end of the day, I have to take out money to buy a course, to invest in myself for me to get better. I'm buying. That's not paying yourself first. Paying yourself first is not really buying anything. It's you keeping money for yourself just because of emergency or a trip that you want to go. Or saving up for a business. Come on now. I don't understand why people watch this. Yeah, he's entertaining, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it just makes me mad when people just spread misinformation like this and try to turn around and make it something what is really not. And the actual definition is you're just paying money to yourself, to your checking account, brokerage account, and all that. It doesn't need to do anything else outside of that. No. And if you like this video so far, hit the thumbs up.
Reducing the amount that you're taking out in student loans by going to community college and then paying for that first, right? So you need to set a budget, right? And the way that I do my budgets, and you can go into the Patreon and look at the budget video, is based off of percentages. So the same way that money comes,
I would not suggest to get that, but if you want to, hey, go right ahead.
Out of your account for taxes is the way that you guys need to be making sure that you're paying yourself and accounting for what you're supposed to be doing as far as what's best for you long term, right? So then you then adjust your budget for whatever it is that you need to take care of after that, right? So let's just say, for example, one of my OGs taught me back when I was in a plant to always pay yourself at least 20 to 25%, right? Meaning that I take my gross and whatever it is that I gross, I then take whatever it is at 25% of that. So let's just use a round number. Let's say you gross $1,000 that week.
And I don't mean to stop them, but at the end of the day, I've worked at a plant or warehouse before, and they're not the most knowledgeable people about their money. And so I kind of don't believe what he says about that. But hey, I'm reacting to this video, so go figure.
Okay, cool. So then I paid myself $250, regardless of what I'm paying in taxes, regardless of what I'm claiming in exemptions or dependents or whatever like that. I take that $250, that's gone. It don't exist to me. No matter what, that 250 is gone. Now, whatever I'm gonna use that 250 for, that has to be for something that's actually going to benefit me or invest in me or ensure that I'm going to be successful long term. So that 250 need to go in a brokerage account. It can go to my education. It can go towards paying off debt. If you're young enough, then you shouldn't be acquiring debt in the first place. Don't even put yourself in that position. That 250 gone. I don't.
Well, first of all, debt is not also a bad thing. When you use debt to buy a business that makes you money and income, or use debt to buy a house for rental properties that make you income, that is considered good debt. All debt is not bad. The bad debt he's talking about is credit card debt. And yeah, you could put student loan debt, but it's not the worst type of debt compared to credit card debt. Those are the worst one because the high interest rate and high APR rates and all that. But student loan debt is it's a low interest rate, so it doesn't grow as fast. But at the end of the day, and you can always try to cancel it and avoid it. I mean, not when I say avoid it, I mean like going to the government, actually applying for student loan forgiveness. It's okay. You're entitled to forgive your student loans if you have them. You don't need to pay them all down. Use your options. Don't be afraid of it.
I don't care what happens. So now whatever is left is what I adjust what I'm going to do as far as fun, living situation, whatever. And the problem with most people is that they look at the market and they say, well, this is how much living costs. I'm going to do that. Or this is how much I need to buy a car for. I'm going to do that. And then they adjust their budget accordingly afterwards for whatever it is that they got left towards savings. And you need to do the opposite. And the way that the first thing you do is you train yourself to start focusing on paying yourself first, and then everything else comes last. And then you'll start to make adjustments. So it's only two things that's going to happen after that. Either you're going to adjust your lifestyle to fit what you have left, which is a smart thing to do, and or it could be an and or you're going to work much harder and then be that much more motivated because you know that in order for you to meet certain thresholds of a lifestyle, that you're going to have to make way more money. You see what I'm saying? So listen, if I got 25% that's going to me because y'all get 25% to the government, y'all get 25% to the student loans, you get 25% to the finance company, you give 25% to this. Now my mindset is different because it's like, wait a minute, if I only got, $600, $500, $400 for the week left over, that means that either A, I need to make more money, or B, I need to adjust my lifestyle.
Yes, and I agree. That's what people have to come to the decision to order to make more money, adjust my lifestyle, which I like to call live below your means, make more money, and have less expenses. And question yourself and be honest with yourself. Do I really need a Tesla Model 3 right now? Do I really need a bigger apartment that is worth $1,700? Or do I need to find something that is more in the range of a house that is under $1,000 a mortgage? So that's where we have to look at it.
But that money don't exist. The money that you pay yourself, it should never exist. That is not an emergency fund. That is not something that you can go and take on, tap into. When people ask you for money or people do stuff, you don't look and say, oh man, I got that money over there. No, I'm broke. That money don't exist. You got to act like you never had it. You got to act like, what would you do if it didn't exist in the first place, right? And so that's how you got to live your life. You need to, and it's so hard for people to make the adjustment after they've been living their life for so long doing it the opposite way, because that's how society has taught us. The reason that society teaches you that is because it's incentivized for the banks to make money off of you because you think that it makes sense to borrow money. So your normal is to borrow money for student loans. Your normal is to go get credit cards. Your normal is to go.
So first of all, the student loan banks from the banks and the government student loans are completely different. Now, if you're going to the bank to get student loans, yeah, that would count. But I see he's not really educated in that because he probably never done this. And this is probably what he heard from another talking point from another guy, which is really stealing people's talking points and not really actually doing the research themselves and checking. And this is why I'm going to end the video. I tried my best reacting to this guy, which I really disagree with. And I usually don't react to people that I disagree. But if you like this, make sure you hit the like button and comment down below. What's the truth about paying yourself first? Do you do this? Or do you like to see react to guys that I disagree with? And just, hey, let me know in the comment section. If you want to watch my next video, it's going to be up